Oh my gosh, I almost hated you right now.
That moment you find out Shirley was a member of the family.
Bro, your girl just died. Calm your tits. Welcome to the most I'm sorry, you're watching. I need to start changing that. I did like 2 or 3 podcasts ago because I hate saying welcome. But you are watching. You're watching to the most undisputable podcast in the world.
Undisputed. Okay.
I said undisputable.
We're kind of disputable.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Tomato.
We are.
Same
Stop!
thing.
I'm doing my intro.
We'll never stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
We are. This is a vodcast of a podcast for We're Alive Descendants. Just We're Alive Descendants. We're not doing anything else. So make sure you're listening to the right podcast. Right now we're still doing chapter 10, story 2 of 2 of Cage Beast. I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is AJ.
Ace.
Wakka.
Welcome. The 3 cameras are back, so we have 3 cameras now.
Hopefully they stay that way.
Hopefully it stays that way. That's right, man. This before anything else, I'm gonna say this before we start our this episode. I'm gonna give a huge props to Ace for confirming a lot of our theories in this podcast. Man, he has said a lot of things that came true. Two out of I don't even know how many came true in this episode.
Like too many ideas.
Both of them, and we're gonna talk about that in a moment. But yeah, bro, I'll give you props because a ton of them make sense. I give another shout out. I forgot your name. I am so sorry. I probably should pull it up, but he was listening or watching our podcast, and he said the theory about, I think it's the theory about Michael, and he said, man, this one aged really well. Good job with the theory. He said. So it's like that was good. But yeah, it was amazing, and I was so happy. And I'm not alone, by the way. I am not alone.
I know. I saw it.
So a lot of people wanted that.
A lot of people
wanted it.
So
Wow.
his name is
hater. No, I'm just kidding.
His name is Brian Holcraft. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. It was the podcast or the episode Maze Runner meets Zootopia, We're Alive Descendants, chapter 4, part 2 of 2. And he said that just started listening to this yesterday. If you say sorry, not the Michael. He said if you say it's Fredo, I'm going to flip comment age well. Enjoying your podcast though. That's what he said. I was like, oh man. I can't flip, so I'm sorry. I'm not gonna take that. He can.
Can you?
It's been a while.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how he cracked his head.
No, it's not. You a hoe.
Okay. All right, let's start this episode. What do you guys think?
Mushy.
Huh?
Mushy.
Mushy.
Mushy?
Anger.
The only
rage,
mushy
depression.
Yeah, the only mushy
panic.
part is the it was Vera. Like that whole Vera stuff. The rest is like
I only got anger out of that, not mushy.
Really? Yeah.
Nick flipped the switch so quick.
Yeah,
oh my
that's
gosh,
what we were talking about.
We're gonna talk about that.
Oh,
we
man.
are gonna talk about that. Oh my gosh.
He said she did.
For real.
Right.
Charles, the best friend. Love my life, God. Charles, the best friend. Okay.
Right. Okay. So this episode started with freaking Michael, bro.
What a
I
flashback,
did not
yep.
expect this.
Dude.
I did not expect this.
Honestly, this was like really good. I liked this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really liked.
Yes.
I heard him and I got sad immediately.
Bro, that was so good. Like I thought it was a dead air. Like first 10 seconds, like what is going on right now?
Yep.
Like, I can't hear anything. And then
It's
I
them,
heard
like,
Michael.
walking. Yeah,
Right?
it's them going up the steps.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I heard Michael. I'm like, what the heck? Okay. I know you're dead. I'm pretty sure you're dead. Don't be hunting me right now.
No, I immediately knew that this was some kind of flashback, or it was either. I thought it was either like a flashback or his life flashing before his eyes, kind of thing. So I knew it was already, no matter what, it was before everything that happened.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
I think it was supposed to be like his life flashing before his
Yeah.
eyes, because this was probably one of the most impactful moments of his whole life.
You don't think it was Peg's dream?
No, it makes sense.
It could have been because just specifically the way that they ended it, saying, "Oh, we
CJ,
have time.
Yeah.
We have time. We have the rest of our lives."
Mm-hmm.
And so
And
You
then
can
CJ waking her up.
But you can hear pegs from the distance where it says Michael, and then the beeps.
then you hear the heart monitor go flatline.
Yeah.
So it makes sense about that.
So either way could be right.
Yeah,
I literally put in here. I was like, it was so good having the way that the heart monitor slowly got louder as he was saying we have the rest of our lives. Like we have time. We have the rest of our lives, and like they just switched. I was like, oh,
nice.
Like,
it was nice.
Because it's like for the rest of your life.
I mean, it was hurtful, but it was like nice.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
But
I thought Pegs was in a daze. Like she was just couldn't believe it.
she probably crashed like really hard after everything, just breaking down and everything. She probably crashed hard. But I wanted to point out a couple statistics from their little thing because it comes out in their conversation. We don't need to go super deep into their conversation because a lot of it seemed kind of filler-esque and to fill in gaps. And to fill in those gaps, 100 miles of concrete and steel over 13 years.
Bro.
Took a few thousand people.
Right?
Yeah.
13 years. 100 miles of concrete and steel to make the walls.
Yeah,
that gave us a good representation about the size.
Is this We're Alive or Attack of Titans? That's
right. got Rosemary up now, or Walmart.
But this whole thing, right? So how's hearing? I have this in my notes. How's hearing Mike's voice for potentially the last time?
I think
potentially because I'm not sure. They might do another flashback.
I think if it goes into another flashback, it'll have something to do with Tanya
or Nick. You know, like once Nick find out that Mike is dead. You know,
I don't think it will for Nick. Unless again, it's something about Tanya or about whatever's hidden. In his desk.
Yeah. That
makes sense.
Because like if it's like a journal or something like that. It could be his voice reading it again.
Yeah, like what we talked about last time.
Yeah, and so let's see. Yeah, because really their conversation was mostly the information, like putting together information and also finding out Michael waited 14 years from meeting Pegs to freaking propose.
I know, I wrote that down too. Like, you haven't yet?
Dude, 14 years.
But
that long.
You're talking about them getting together, right?
Yeah, like them getting married.
Yeah, or them, because 14 years is...
So the beginning of it all, because they met day one.
No, that wasn't 14 years ago.
Oh, no, it was
just... Nick is 14 years old at this point.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Nick, so I thought Nick was 13 years.
No, he was 14.
14, okay.
Yeah.
So that means it took 15 years.
15... Yeah.
Give or take. A couple months. But
years.
But yeah, so it took him 15 years then. And literally having a kid for 14 years.
Right.
To do this, like, dude, come on.
In my head, though, I was like, is it
on,
applicable? Is it practical to do a whole, traditional ceremony and...
maybe not to do like all of it. Well, actually, yes, it would be because they're trying to create a norm again.
Yeah, and also
so they should have done this forever ago.
Yeah, and it's for like the nostalgia of the whole thing. The normalcy of, hey, this whole world is changing. Let's keep something original from our old world.
Let's not let let's not let this take
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, don't let it go. But yeah, like that whole scenario it's uplifting, it's not yucky and icky. It's like,
Yeah, it was actually a really sweet moment.
Yeah,
it was
because
really nice seeing it all.
and it's because Michael's dead.
Yeah, it was definitely the balance of like, oh, it was like super cheesy.
Yeah,
going into like the actual beauty of that switch of like, oh, this is like the last moments.
Yeah. Now in theory or on paper, not on paper. What?
Might be calling for you.
No. Not on paper, but in reality, just think about this. In reality, this will be the beginning of We're Alive universe.
The beginning?
The beginning of We're Alive universe. And this is the reason why I said this, because Story Survival is Michael telling the story of Story of Survival. You know what I mean? So in theory, this whole thing is the very, very, very beginning of For Alive universe.
That's like the earliest, like, it's like the earliest genuine memory.
Yeah. Besides Lockdown, because Lockdown is like
Lockdown
nobody's
before.
narrating it. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. But, well, it is being narrated the whole time by Simeon.
Oh, you're right. So it is like
so
the
this
whole
is like
beginning.
the first time that you hear someone's voice.
Like in reality, you know,
Yeah.
like nobody's narrating. Like this is the
Yes.
reality. This is the very beginning of We're Alive universe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like the first, like, in the moment thing that we hear.
Yes.
Because
I can see what you mean.
everything from episode 1 to chapter 1 to chapter 48, that was all, except for, let's say chapter 1 to chapter 47, that was all
Narration.
it was all Michael narrating.
Yeah.
Reading the story of survival to Nick.
Yeah.
Which happened a year
Right.
after all of this.
Yep. Yeah.
After this memory. It happened a year after.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that happened when he was 15. Chapter 48, the second half, or the very ending of the very end of chapter 48 took place
Yeah.
a year after.
Wait, hold
this
on.
moment.
Sorry.
Because it took place when he was 15.
But Lockdown, when he was narrating that, Vera was born.
We're Alive is when CJ was pregnant.
So
that would have been before.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh man, I was like, whew, bro. I was like, well, it's before Story Survival. Like we know that for sure.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Like the genuine story of it.
Yeah, like the
was,
existence of it.
It was almost parallel to like the first couple chapters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they were that side by side.
Yeah. But yeah, I just thought that was like, because I was thinking about that with the whole timeline thing, and when they are, it's like, oh, wonder. But no, it's Lockdown. Lockdown is the beginning of everything in existence.
Yeah, Ink was there. That's right. Yeah.
So now Michael retired in this, and we kind of expected this because we knew about this in the beginning of For Alive Descendants before he got attacked. That he retired. They just called him back.
They called him back to service, essentially.
To service, yeah. So Nick is 14, and it's time to tell everything. Technically, I already put that in there. I already said that.
Yep.
Now Michael proposed, and he ended by saying we have to put our whole lives ahead of us. We have our whole lives ahead of us.
We have time.
And then
specifically that line was that like the full transfer.
Right. And then us gods, when I say gods, I mean knowing what happened.
Yes.
This is like, oh, bro.
Us sitting in that fourth wall.
Right.
Yeah.
Fourth year.
Because that was a callback of Wakka when he said about Nick, being very happy seeing Lisa and Vera. It's like, oh, bro, don't celebrate yet. We know what happened. We know what happened.
Oh,
so
okay.
From there, we jump to CJ calling to Pegs.
Yep.
Asking, the doctor is asking what she wants to do with the body. That would be like one of those, like the moment is actually like settling in for Pegs.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, because she was wondering what to do and she didn't know. How would you guys want your body to be dealt with? Cremated or just full body?
In that situation, cremated.
Yeah, because there's a potential of you still turning.
Getting. I don't think there's a potential to be turned anymore, but being dug up and having your body used.
Experimented and all that.
Experimented, just used as food for them. That means you're helping the enemy in that point.
Yeah.
So
and
I'd
also
say
it's
just
like
cremation.
as
Harvest what you can, get rid of the rest.
As the infected advanced more, there's probably like someone, if there's really a director who's trying to, like a new ink, they could invent something like, the current dead right now will be zombies, or we can turn them to infected. So I will be cremated.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would definitely call for that.
Absolutely.
Okay, cremation.
You kind of save more resources. You can try and save like body parts if you wanted to go that route. You could. There's a lot of things that you could do by doing that rather than just going for a traditional burial.
Yeah.
Fair.
I wonder if this in their universe right now is being a donor not an optional thing anymore.
I think at this point it would be. It would be a much lower, it'd be a much lower acceptance, and it would be a case-to-case basis, because I think they would have to find out, like, or they'd have to go into, like, how did they die? Did they die of old age? Did they have cancer? Did they get shot? Like, if they got shot, they were like, all right, well, you're probably one of the most viable sources,
Right.
as long as there's no lead poisoning.
Right.
Or you get stabbed.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, we know that there might have been damage to vital organs, but, like, your lungs are perfectly fine.
Right.
So we'll take your lungs, like.
Yeah, and also with the cost of the infected people too, you know, like you don't know where these parts are coming from.
Exactly. But like if people were in and never left Westport, then it's like, okay, you could be a viable candidate.
Yeah. That's cool.
So next, we find out CJ sent somebody to go dig around his desk, find out what's hidden in there. What do you guys think it is? I have two ideas, but I want to know what you guys think it might be.
Go ahead, Wakka.
No, I was gonna say one of you guys brought it up. It could have been more information on Tanya, because it sounded like Michael knows about Tanya more than anyone else, like her whereabouts, that she's probably not dead, and yada yada yada. That's basically what I was gonna say. I think one of y'all did.
Yeah, and it's also all over Facebook page.
Well, there's that too.
Everyone's waiting for her to come back out somehow,
and it's related to that, and we're kind of hinting at that before Michael died. You know, only Hope knows, and we know the Hope and Tanya relationship going on and things like that.
Like it's kind of nudging in that trinity,
right,
kind of from
now. I guess the ace question is more like, what would be the information? In that letter.
I'll just give you guys what I put. I think it's gonna be one of two things. I think it's gonna be some kind of special key. That goes towards something maybe in Michael's house, one of his possessions. Might be some kind of like lockbox. That has certain bits of information, or it's going to be his own personal journal again. Or log, and it might have. I don't think if it's a log, I don't think it will have Tanya's information. Because I think that is hidden in Tanya's journal.
Gotcha.
Because I think something with Tanya and where she is at now, whether it is she's still alive, which I'm leaning more towards, or she is gone, is in that journal. Specifically because Michael said you're not going to like the ending.
Right.
But with the key situation, it could be something that, let's just say it's the decoder for whatever the message is at the end of the journal, like her journal or something like that. Like I think it's gonna be something along those lines.
Yeah. So you're thinking about more like what's Alex's mom's name? Like 2.0.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
With the note, you know.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be something more similar to that.
Interesting. Yeah, I've been trying to think. It's been boggling my mind when I was listening to that. Like, what would they find? But we'll soon find out. Anyway.
They will find Saul is infected. I'm just kidding.
They'll find Saul's hand.
Saul's hand, yeah.
I just had a random thought. I was like, what if he knew about the family and just didn't want to say to anything about to anyone?
It would be crazy if it was Angel's ring. I don't think that at all, but that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Because I think if anyone's gonna have it, it's gonna be Riley somewhere.
Right. And I don't know if he'll make a big impact with Nick knowing that Angel's part of the family. You know what I mean?
No, because
I don't think that will.
I don't think it will be a big impact. Like,
the impact is going to be the moment everyone realizes Vera is
right.
Because I think the way it might happen is they might find out who the family is. Something's gonna happen in that direction of like, oh, we have to like learn more about them. They're gonna learn more about them, and then someone's gonna be like, Vera, you're the family's like the family head's daughter. And it's gonna like be like that big like bomb drop for them. Obviously, we know, but for them, I feel like it's just gonna be that big bomb drop moment.
Right. And bro, that's we're gonna talk about that in a moment. But the reason why I said it wouldn't affect him much because when Michael said that you wouldn't like the ending, you know what I mean? Like if the shocker part is Vera's part of the family, it's like okay. you know, Nick's reaction will be like, oh, great.
Yeah, but
it's another thing that I have to deal with.
Yeah, but I really don't think that he knows that. Because I don't even think CJ knows that.
Oh, CJ doesn't know.
Yeah,
at
like
all.
they've got
Yeah.
no clue. So like
Yeah.
I wouldn't see anything with
Yeah.
the lockbox.
You know,
a lockbox.
it's
or
crazy
journal,
too.
blah, blah,
Like
blah.
it's crazy to think about that because we've listened to Story Survival multiple times.
Right.
That
Yeah.
not a lot of people from the OG knows that Angel is part of the family.
It's really only like the main 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So because Saul knew,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so the 3 soldiers knew obviously.
Right.
Right.
Pegs Riley,
Yeah.
and then Bert,
Yeah.
and
Wait,
then
yeah. Bert
CJ.
knows?
Oh yeah, because he would have known when he went and consoled Riley.
Yeah.
Because she was messing with the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, but it's not like a very common knowledge to everybody. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because we've listened to Story Survival, we already know the thought of the family.
Yeah.
And subconsciously, we're like, oh, everybody knows. We're like, no.
No, it's actually
No.
crazy when you
They
do
don't
go
know.
through each of the stories again.
Yeah.
And then you're in, especially now that we're going through Descendants, going through all the other stuff again, you start thinking from the family perspective, like, where are they? Where
Yeah.
are they? Where,
True.
what
Yeah.
what strings are they pulling from the beginning?
Right.
And it's like Angel was never pulling strings. In fact, it seemed like he was always trying to pull the strings he was used to pulling, being a family member. But he was never able to pull them because he wasn't working with the family. He was a lieutenant, like he was an officer.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it was like it seemed like he was trying to pull those strings, trying to demand that respect that wasn't freely given
Okay.
by being
Yeah.
born.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they were all freely given it by being born.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And
Not to mention secret society crap.
and also
Right.
we're gonna find out that, you know, with the whole Dean situation and Ruth,
I know,
that
right?
not because you're born with the family doesn't mean you're a family. Anyway,
Yeah, I loved that.
Dude,
I
that
got
was
notes
crazy.
on all this.
so the CJ and Peg's situation, and then CJ said, if you need anything, you know, just let me know. I might be the president, but I'll drop it.
everything.
I'll drop everything. And then Peg said, I feel like this is Peg's reactions, like, can you really? And then
Yeah.
and then CJ's like, you're right.
Like, I'll drop what I can.
I
kind
drop
of
what I
thing.
can. Like, bro, you're running the whole Westport. There's no way you can drop all of that. You know what I mean? It's like Peg's like,
Man.
can you really though? Yeah, I can't. Go ahead. You were gonna say something.
What I was just gonna go into next is right after she leaves, they very presidential, very
Yep.
official.
Yes.
They say cleared
Yeah.
that she's gone,
Yeah.
and then immediately Ruth and Dean enter.
Yep.
No, hold on. Before that, freaking Dora, right? I get it. the whole political thing. I know the whole political thing. I gotta save. You
She
know, we
was
gotta save.
true.
Right, we gotta save your butt because you're a president. We gotta clean. We have to have a clean statement for everybody, and so
Immediately
they
before
don't
someone else
freak out.
tries to take something.
And
She
then,
lives true to her title as the secretary
right,
assistant, man.
right, and then
But man, that would be so hard.
Oh,
because like,
absolutely.
it went from being her biggest rival in Michael, because Michael was the original leader of
Yeah.
all of those people, to suddenly like her best and closest friend.
yeah.
Like, I really don't think there was another person that she could have been closer with or confided in half the level
Yeah.
that she could with him.
yeah.
Because like even if Oliver stayed the whole time and like revealed who he was, I think it would have been very close between those two even.
Do you think the council will play a role?
No.
No. So Michael just saying that he's part of the council wouldn't mean anything?
I don't think so.
No.
Because I think behind the scenes people are trying to move the council to being pointless and useless. Especially now that all but 2 of the remaining council are no longer in Westport. There's only 2 left. Being CJ the president and Pegs.
Yeah.
Everybody else is gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, they're in an
Oh,
adventure.
Yeah,
That's
they're
the
thing.
not in Westport.
They're not in Westport, yeah. Yeah, so it's very political, you know what I mean? And then CJ, like, you can feel her pains. Like, bro,
Yeah,
can you
like,
just give me a break? My
The
closest friend just
quivering in her
died.
voice and
Right?
everything.
You know what I mean? And then Doris, like, I get that, but come on, we gotta make a statement.
I understand. Pain. Chop. Let's go.
I know. Yo, doesn't that remind you of Michael in Story Survival?
Yeah,
we
that's
have
true.
a moment to mourn
When
when
they're clearing out the tower for the first time.
Yeah.
and the second time
that's
when
right.
when Tommy died.
Yeah.
Right, and Bert snapped at him. It's like, you know, and that was
That's
like,
right,
yeah,
that's right.
that's how you commemorate Michael. Just ignore the pain.
Shove it down into the deepest pits and keep moving.
Exactly. We have some job to do. That's a very Michael thing for sure. Absolutely. Thank you, Dora. Thank you.
Thanks for being
For reminding us.
Exactly. But you know what? When
living
they said,
his memory.
when they said that there's a 7 step of grief, it's like,
Yeah.
no, there's none.
One step. Shove it down.
Exactly. Acceptance, no.
Deny.
That's it. All right. So when the president left,
Yeah.
President CJ left, bro, pegs,
Yeah.
no filter, blew
So
up.
This is the pegs I love. I think I love pegs
Yes.
here.
Yeah, where Pegs is like, lately she's been becoming Mother Pegs,
Yep.
Mother Bird, and just snapping on everybody.
Yeah, this is it. This is her moment.
So the other two, Ruth and Dean, come in, and she goes off on them. They're like, "Do you
Yeah.
want us to take you home, like your place? Like you can still stay at ours, but you want to go home? Like, what do you want us to do?" Like Dean's trying so hard to like cater to her, and she's just like, "You're going to tell me everything."
Yeah.
Like,
And
dude,
not just-
the spawn comes out of her, and
I
she goes
think-
off on them.
And I feel like
funny.
I feel like Dean doing that is not just to be supportive and be empathetic, but I think at the same time it's like she knows something. And I don't want to talk about this right now, so why don't you go home first?
He already knows that she knows they're
I know,
family members.
I know.
So
Yeah.
it's like,
So
he's still
he's like trying to
play.
get rid of her like
Yeah.
quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so he's still trying to play that guardian of like we can't say this.
yeah,
Like this
yeah.
is stuff we specifically can't say. I'm not even a member yet.
Right.
So I got to be super
Yeah.
tight-lipped.
Yeah, that info was new to me.
That was
Yeah.
super good information. I
Super
love
good.
every bit of information we hear about the families.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy
This is
because I
juicy
love
right here.
I love like the super in-depth like secret organization stuff. I freaking just love hearing and
Yeah,
learning
because
about
it's
that stuff.
part of it.
I just love hearing about it and stuff.
He just ignored it.
That awkward
Casey, I'm
pause.
here. I'm ready. But yeah, so they get into their own room. So that way they can talk and be very like open about it. They promise they swear Pegs to secrecy.
Yeah, that's right.
And then she breaks pretty much the biggest family rule Ruth does in telling her everything.
Yeah. So
Like
this
everything.
This
Yeah.
is the first props I would give to Ace, because I know he didn't say that this is a legitimate theory that he has, but he's the only one that said it. Like, what if this is the case? That there are bad family and there are good family.
Yep.
And he said that they're split into two. That there's a bad family and a good family. And Ruth said, first of
Family
all,
members.
right? First of all,
You've met only bad members.
Yeah, but no. But first of all, I love Dean's reaction here, and when Peg's blowing up at him and things like that, Dean's reaction is like, "Mom."
I have
You're like
no say
calling for
here.
help. It's like, "Mom." it's like one of those moments you yell
Tug
at
on
me.
the shirt. Like,
I know. It's like one of those moments when when we were kids. Like, you're yelling at me. I'm telling my mom.
Yeah, literally.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
So I like that Casey used this conversation to come up, bring back a lot of information that wasn't initially like highlighted, because I remember we had that one member on the Facebook page actually inform us of quite a bit of this beforehand.
Yep.
A few like a couple months ago at
Yeah, it
this
was.
point, but he told us about the 3 different families. He told us and stuff like that. So that was like really good to finally get in the podcast. We're getting all that information again. And it's like, okay, now everybody knows it, and this isn't like for like the special few.
Yeah.
Which at the point, that's kind of what it was. Now it's supposed to be that public. Like now the group knows, so now you know. And so
Yeah.
talking about the bloodborne.
Yeah.
And actually being in the family.
Yeah.
Those were really big too, because that also says people who are not born in the family can be family.
Right.
But people who are born in the family have a higher chance of being family. Not to mention, like, it's just easier to know about them, know their society because you're born into it, rather than finding out about it through whatever outside sources. But they say that blood is the strongest bond to the family.
Yeah, thicker.
That line is hammered in like 5 times. Very much like the a life for a life line.
Yeah.
Like, it's just hammered and hammered.
So, isn't it? Do you guys feel the same way that I felt whenever Pegs cusses? Like, you know, one of those characters. Like, for example, the first time I heard Mr. Beast cuss, it threw me off. Like, this dude is like, he's so wholesome in YouTube and things like that. Now,
Super good guy goes.
Yeah, super good guy. Right. When you go to World Live Universe, you can imagine every single other character's cussing except for Pegs.
Pegs is the super like soft. It's because she's the soft, wholesome character.
Right.
Like, she's meant to be the soft one. She's kind of the walked over character.
Yes.
Like, she can get walked all over, and then. But when she snaps, she's like the most terrifying character.
Yo, I don't know if this is the acting thing or character thing, but the way she said the F word in here, she like dragged the F. Like, bro, that was like crunchy. F your rules, she said. Like, it was so good. And it's like it threw me off because, you know, like what you said, she stepped whatever adjective do you use, but she didn't use the gun, so she's like the wholesome character, and the only thing that's not wholesome about her is complaining a lot, but the rest is like, you know, I don't hold guns, I don't
she's
shoot
the
people.
she's the character that you walk over. Like, she's literally the doormat character.
Yeah, there we go.
For a lot of the story, there's a couple moments when she kicks it into gear. But even like when she got her first kill, like, she was walked over for the situation. It was panic. She knocked over the vase, walked over character, gets made fun of about it constantly because she's not an intimidating, feared character in any regard, and almost not even respected in a lot of lights. Yeah. And so it's very much like, you exist.
Yeah.
But then she has a couple moments like this when she cocked the gun in the back of the Jeep.
Like,
when she...
Because seriously, you can't imagine everybody. I can't even imagine Hope cussing, Lizzie cussing. Like, I can't imagine, of course, the soldiers. That's like a given thing, you know? But Pegs out of every characters. So now they're talking, right? And she asked them, what are you guys doing here and what's going on? And they explained. And we already knew this. The reason why they're here because of the whole Bor and Mira conversation. Yep. That they're there because of Vera, and also for keeping tabs. And then Meg said, "So you're a spy?" Well, not really. I'm just
like giving back information about what's going on. That's a spy.
That's a spy.
It's more than that. It's not just that. I swear.
That was funny.
And then Pegs asked them, "So is that why you guys are protecting me? Because you know who attacked Michael?" And here's the second thing that Ace is right. Like I said, he didn't say this like this is my theory, but he's the one who mentioned this possible theory.
This proposition, you might say.
Yeah, that they framed the reason why, and this might be the reason why the family attacked Michael, is they framed Michael for the death of Angel.
Which this also starts leading into the point. So right now, this whole scene leads into 2 very big points that we've been kind of dancing around. One, we found out who the family sides with.
Yep.
We officially found out that the true family, the people that are leading and following in the line, we found out they are on Peg's side. So they are on Westport's side.
Yep.
They're on Vera's side.
Yep.
But then we've also found out that there are people that there's like almost like an internal feud going on with certain families in the in the family who are abusing their power, not going along with what everybody else is saying.
Yep.
Showing that there are probably, not even possibly, probably other sides that are siding with the Republic, trying to take down both Westport and the true families.
Yep.
So it could be one of those like big like
reformed families.
Yeah, it's like the it's like the
it's a reformation within the family.
well, it's like let's say that one of the branches of the Chisholms
yeah.
is that, let's say they're the bad branch. There's a because we know there's a hierarchy in a branch system
Right.
that also have like different surnames and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's say a couple of those inner families are actually the bad families, the ones that are abusing their power, abusing their position, their training,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. They're the ones that are supplying and helping the Republic with information, tactics, leadership, as well as the Boar being kind of a part of one of these outside families. So she's helping them indirectly, but she wants to do her own thing. And
Yeah.
so it's
I
like
see.
they're trying to take that big wave and push towards Westport. As to where we know the true family, the lead of the family, and the people that follow him are protecting Westport because they're protecting, maybe not Westport specifically, but they're protecting Vera,
100%.
Vera, Michael, basically the Cross family and
Yeah.
Right.
CJ's family, the Chinwei family.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so like it's showing a lot of that internal war kind of happening.
Yeah.
And we know that at the very least the family is on our side.
Yes. Yeah. Only, and I can assure this, it's only because of Vera and CJ.
Oh yeah, well it's not even Vera. It's because of CJ, because of the connection that Oliver had with CJ.
Yep.
If they didn't have a connection, he would probably have nothing to do with them. Wouldn't care.
Because even Ruth said, he still cares about CJ.
He
Yeah.
cared, and that him caring is how he found out that Vera was ever born.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was because he cared. He's like, I want to like send someone to check on her. Oh, I've got a kid.
Yeah.
Protect.
Right. So now in this whole when Ruth said blood is thicker in the family, right? The only thing that matters. It gave me a vision. It gave me a vision that the the first time we will see Oliver coming back is him finding out of what Boar did.
Oh,
and
yeah,
him
dude.
killing Boar.
Dude,
Bro, you imagine Oliver showing up? It's like, and then Boar's like, "Who are you?" I'm Oliver. Yeah,
But I think she knows who Oliver is, though.
so she knows who he is, but I don't know. We don't know if they know each other personally.
Yeah, or they know the
They know
face
the
and-
name.
Yeah,
They know the name. They might not know the face.
Well, especially the last name. They know the last name for sure.
yes.
Yeah, but yeah, bro, that was that. I'm picturing Oliver showing up that moment, killing Boar or attacking Boar because of what she did to
So
Vera.
yeah. So what if everybody gets free, and then we find out, we find out Vincent's family, and Vincent goes home.
Bro, but by the way, that theory of Vincent being part of the family is getting stronger and stronger by the minute.
I know.
It's like,
So one of the
look at that face.
one of the
Facebook page?
fan page members mentioned that they're really believing that Vincent is Vera's brother. Now,
I feel like that's way too far. I think him being part of the family is a lot closer than Vera's
I think he's too
siblings.
old.
Yeah.
What could be slightly more possible is him being Vera's uncle.
would it be?
Because you could be an uncle and you could be the same age being an uncle technically.
Yeah,
You could be a couple years older. I think because I believe he is pre-infected.
Yeah. He would have been pre-infected. Yeah.
Like barely, but
Yeah.
like I believe he was pre-infected.
Well, because he
mentioned-
Oliver was
yeah.
in
Yeah.
lockdown with Ink.
Yeah.
Well,
During,
no. I mean
pre-infection.
Vincent.
Oh,
Vincent.
Oh, yeah.
And so because I believe I remember that.
Yeah, because their age difference it's there.
Yeah, there's an age difference, but it's not much. But I believe the age gap is too much to be
Oliver's kid.
sibling.
Yeah.
Because Oliver was much younger then. I think Vera was his first kid. Because just thinking like what it sounded like his age was and stuff like that at the time, it seems that's the most likely.
Yeah.
Is it possible? Yes, he could have literally had a kid right before his mission. However long his mission took him, he could have had it right before the mission, and then like everything else happened. He's like, all right, well, my I have to be here for this mission, or I can't go home until I'm done.
Yeah.
and I see Simeon's dead, so I'm gonna start a new family.
Yeah.
Like it could have been, but
And also,
I think uncle is more likely than direct sibling.
right. And also, here's another thing that we had a confirmation in this episode, right? If Vincent is Vera's brother, and we know that Vincent's older than Vera, right? Ruth said Vera is next in line.
Yes.
So there's no way it's Vincent is, you know,
Okay.
their siblings. And second, the whole story will change because let's say Vincent is the older brother, right?
Yeah.
And but they will give the position to Vera instead of Vincent. The storyline will change now. Vincent trying to kill Vera so he could have
Unless he's like disgraced and doesn't care and ran away, like he's like screw the
Okay,
family.
that makes sense.
Like
No,
unless
it's
something like
still-
that, but it's no.
still
Like,
it will change the whole dynamic of the story.
well, I don't think it would be him like wanting to go against Vera or anything like that. I think at that point he'd be like, I don't care. I don't
Right.
want to be part of the family.
Right.
But at the same time, I still am not on the side of their siblings.
Okay, that makes a lot of
and
sense.
the way and like I said, this might be a good acting skill, not of the actor but of Vincent. He is like so empathetic towards Vera that
Specifically Vera.
exactly
Yeah.
that he's
that's-
that is not against Vera in this whole situation, you know.
Yeah, and it's like
So it's not a sibling thing.
I wonder if he sees like a similarity in how she looks with how Oliver looks or something like that.
Well, he already knows that, you know, Vera's the whole Oliver and Vera thing.
but the timing, he didn't know yet when they started bonding. When they started
Yeah.
bonding, so it's like, oh, like you kind of look like blah blah blah, and it could have kind of tugged on his heartstrings
Yeah.
initially. But anyway,
And
so
I think CJ is more Nick crap. Vera looks more Asian than.
Oh, I agree.
than
She sounds more Asian.
I agree.
Yeah.
But so one of the last things it says, Balaki. Balaki. Dean says that Vera is basically royalty.
Yep.
So so there is an exception if she's the exception for not being a member quite like Dean.
Yeah.
Because she could almost immediately qualify as a family member because she is basically royalty.
basically royalty.
Let's see. Yeah, she's basically royalty. She's the next in line to lead the family.
Yep.
If another family member learns who she is, it could end very badly.
Which is too late.
This
The boar knows.
Yeah.
No. Here I have this in my notes. I don't think Boar knows.
She does. She was told
No,
straight up.
no. Boar knows that Vera is Oliver's daughter, but I don't think Boar knows that Oliver's leading the family.
Yes.
and
No, she does know.
She does.
And
Mira told her.
the Vera is next in line because it's because of this, because she was so determined to have Vera killed instead of taking. Because let's say you have this family, right, and you want to take down the whole family. I would take Vera away from them and make her a captive and be a hostage thing going on with the family.
But she knows.
She knows.
Mira told her.
Yeah, but
Mir told her, and then
sorry. Let me rephrase what I'm saying. I don't think she knows how important Vera is.
She would have to.
Like she knows that. Okay, so she might know that, or she knows that Vera is Oliver's kid, but she doesn't know. I don't think she knows that Vera is that too important that she will be the next in line.
do you think because
there's no way she wouldn't, because she knows the hierarchy of the family. She knows how the family operates because she's a member of the family.
Yeah. Yeah, but she
knows.
hasn't- yeah, she
she knows
hasn't-
that it's passed down by blood.
Right, but she hasn't been in touch with the whole family. Remember?
In a while, she has
Okay,
post-infection,
that's weird.
but I definitely think she knows how important it is. She just doesn't care. She has zero care for the family.
Well, because if you know that the family is this group of people, right, and you're taking a hold of their princess to take down this empire, you will take the princess as captive, not put him in a place where she would just quickly die.
I don't think she cares. I think it's simple as that. She doesn't care because she probably doesn't see the value in her life as that captive. She's like, if she dies, it's not my fault. Somebody else brought her to me and put her in. I didn't know till it was too late.
No, 'cause
she could feign that ignorance into where she doesn't care about the hierarchy of the family.
Right. No, I get that. I totally get the whole she doesn't care about the hierarchy because she already knows a life for a life. So if Vera dies, it could be her blood will be on her hands, but she's like, I don't care. So if there's a family come at me and try to kill me, it doesn't really matter to me. But the whole idea that she's already out of the game, right? Now you have an opportunity to take her as a hostage, right? And then have the other two or even the OG play the real game, but this person is too important and I can use you as a weapon against this one organization that I used to be part of. And I know there's still people in there. I know their threat. It might not be a big of a threat right now, but I'm gonna use you as a weapon against them.
I think
instead of just killing her right away.
I think she just thinks she's got more power and more ability to beat them if it ever came to it.
Yeah, but
with her animal pack, I think she just got pride and ego with it, and I truly think she just doesn't care.
I'm gonna lean towards she might know Oliver's daughter, but she has no idea, and this is my theory. She has no idea how important Vera is. But I mean, because another thing is, she doesn't know that Vera is CJ's daughter.
I do agree with that. She doesn't know that part.
Yep.
Or at least I don't think she does. I don't think Mira said anything about that. But I am very confident that she knows that she's basically next in line.
Right.
Being the daughter of the lead.
Yeah.
But we will see how that one unfolds.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Wakka?
Interesting one.
No, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry. I told you whenever we have this conversation, just barge in. Don't raise your hands.
I just don't like to be rude and cut you off because you always get mad at me when I cut you off. You forget, so I stop and let you finish.
No, it's different if you like. It's different if you cut off.
But it's pointless now.
Yeah, it'd be different if you cut off and then change the subject.
Yeah, that's the one that drove nuts. Is when you change the subject.
Like you change and change the subject. But if you are in the subject, that's fine.
Fight.
Then fight. All right. Are we done with them?
We're done with them, and I just want to jump to Vincent MVP.
Yes.
Yet again.
Yeah.
Vincent, from this moment, I literally just thought he was Angel.
Yeah, this
when
is
Angel got super cheery.
Yeah.
This is way too much for me for taking Vincent. It was like, Vincent, I was with Nick. I was like, what happened to you? I want the a-hole guy to come back.
Oh my god.
He went from being like the douchebag to being the literal most cheery, friendly, hey guys, we can do it.
Yo,
I love him.
So now that you mentioned about the relation or the character relation between him and Angel, what if this is the Angel?
It's possible.
You know what I mean?
It is.
We're gonna reopen this can of worms. Like, what if
we did?
There's a relation between
theory.
this, you know?
I still think it's possible.
Yeah.
I don't think it's likely, but I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Which would confirm multiple things. I mean, it would confirm that he's a member of the family. It could confirm that he might be part of the faction that is bad, but he might not be bad. He might just be following orders. He could become like a big bad. Like, there's a lot of things that they can open up.
The only group that could confirm that he looks like Angel is the B team that's there. If they finally meet Vincent, that's when they're gonna say, Angel.
Exactly.
Can we bury the whole idea that Vincent might be Bert's kid?
I think so.
It's long.
Yeah,
I think
that was
so.
Long gone, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's a fun theory. It was interesting
because they seemed like it, and I mean, it still could be, but I'm gonna walk away from that one.
It may have been a bad picture or something they couldn't recognize, but they saw their faces on the board when they entered Prim.
Wakka, it's been a while too. Like 17 years is a long time.
That moment you find out Shirley was a member of the family.
Oh my god!
All the theories are right.
That's way too much.
It's just
no, dude. There's no way.
She's Boar's sister.
Okay, I know we went.
Dude, I would walk out. Look done.
Boar is Bert's sister-in-law. Oh crap, we're related.
Whoa! It's like, man, I was
I can see why my sister likes you.
That's right.
All right.
What are you gonna say, Wakka?
Okay, so no, would it be I know I'm back in track. So
Yeah.
you know about Michael dying and they still trying to figure out who did it? Mm-hmm. It just randomly came to me because he was the one thought that came up to Pegs when Michael and Pegs were separate. Do you think the guy that dated Pegs at the time was furious that she took Pegs away from him?
Oh no, he's dead. He
Dead?
died. He died in Boulder.
You think he died in
Oh,
Boulder?
he died in Boulder.
100%.
Yeah, he's dead.
That was just a thought.
Wait, you're talking about the one that Pegs was with?
Yeah, at Boulder.
He died while she was leaving.
Yeah.
Like, it talks about him getting bit.
Yep. He's dead.
He gets attacked. Yeah.
He's dead.
How did I miss that?
Because it was like a big trauma point for her because she was like, I was with somebody and he
that's right.
protected her.
So Vincent is trying to console and empathizing to Vera. Bro, that comedic moment in here, I can imagine like Vera's like, are you serious right now? When Vincent said he's like Nick is dead wrong.
Okay, poor choice of words.
Poor choice of words. Like I can imagine Vera's like giving him the look, you know.
Like she doesn't know whether to be more upset and like sad or to be like, you're an idiot.
I know.
He's like, okay, poor choice.
Nick is dead.
Let me try again. Rewind. Try one more time.
Yeah. And he told her, it's like, yeah, bro, this is my thought. He was completely wrong about hating on you and things like that. But yeah, he was very empathetic towards.
He was very much like,
Vera.
you did everything you could. She came back knowing the risk.
Yeah.
And that's what panned out. Like, it happens.
Yeah, it's not your fault, and we all believe that it's definitely not her fault.
100%.
Yeah. All right. So they slept, woke up with the voice of Walrus giving them the announcement of what's about to happen that day. And I did not expect this cheery Vincent. I actually thought it was Seal, like knocking the door. It's like, hey, yo, wake up and eat, No,
he's like, don't care if you're hungry or not. Come
Just
and
gets
eat.
Bro, that was crazy.
If it wasn't for the day before, like, I literally would have been like, who the heck is this?
I know. And then freaking even Nick is like, who the heck are you?
Yeah, I was with Nick. Like, this is too much. What happened to my Vincent that I liked?
I know.
I love this Vincent so much.
I know,
It's me.
Me too. And then they're working out, and then we transition to the gang. They're moving Bert and the gang.
Yeah, that's right.
They're putting him in a special box or VIP
With
box
the boar.
with the
Yep.
boar. Yeah.
That's right.
This is the moment.
And then Bert said, oh no, what Kayla said, what if we don't go? We're gonna drag you. And
Oh, this is with
and
Seal.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Seal said, I don't care if you don't have any ammo, I'm taking your gun. And then he said, well, he's not, Bert said he's not, he's coming with me, right?
He's like, I'm not leaving without
I'm
it.
not leaving without it. It's like, fine, you carry it.
Dude, Bert
Straight.
somehow most of the time he gets what he wants.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's a roundative way, he gets what he wants. It's hilarious.
And
He's
this is a
funny.
confirmation that he gained back his weight.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and you can carry the gun. All right. So after that, we transition to Nakoma, Phil, Alvin, and Phil. Who the heck is Phil?
Will?
Phil?
I have it auto-corrected to Phil. Nakoma, Will, Alvin, and
Autocorrect
Riley.
again.
I know. Yeah, and then their whole plan on what's gonna happen. Now, I saw this in Facebook theory, Facebook fan page. Why the heck did they break the Mata gun instead of just taking it?
It was a mounted weapon, so it could have been too much of a hassle to actually unmount it.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, it was like a mounted turret. And because of how it was set up, it could have been impossible to do. They could not care because they are in the process of getting their own Mata gun.
Yeah.
Which is much more manageable.
My theory is whoever raided their car has no idea that's a Mata gun, and
Yeah,
they just
that's
it's a
possible,
weapon and it's mounted. We don't want to take it, and it looks like it's heavy, so we'll just break it. You know what I mean?
That's very very probable.
Yeah,
actually,
because even Will asked her, is the air compressor or whatever that is still there? And Riley said, yep, it is. So that means potentially they just have no idea what it was. You know, what I
Right.
mean? They just we're gonna break it.
Wow.
So they plan out the whole thing, and then we transition for a little bit of Dean. I have Dean. Why do I have Dean in here?
Alex
And Dot.
So okay, so hold on.
Go ahead.
First it says where everybody is and what they're doing.
Yep.
Riley's in the bastard. Alvin made a code for was in the process of making a code for Will.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mentioned that all 3 of the infected were moved
Yep.
to their like battle positions.
Yeah, including Fredo. Like he could see Fredo, and he said that he's really, really mad.
Yes. And then it pans over to Alex and Dot, who are on their way to Prim on Demon.
Yep.
It seemed like Dot was very worn out. She was very tired.
Yep.
And he's like, just keep it going. Like, we got to get there.
Yep.
It's already morning.
Yeah.
Which is like, oh man, they're about to start.
Yep. And Alex already knew. It was like, oh crap, we're kind of late.
Yes.
We should have woke up earlier, bro.
then it goes back to the crew.
Yeah.
In the arena.
Yep.
And they find out what weapons they get.
Yep. This whole scene gives you a kind of a little hope, and we're gonna talk about this. Do you want to talk about the weapons first?
Yep. So I'll just mention the weapons and then we'll go into it. Vincent gets the spear.
Yep.
We know that he's already been effective and gotten a couple different kills with it, including big ones. Vera has her katana. We know she's competent with that, more than competent, very efficient. Nick gets a bow and arrow. I think they gave him that because it's like range, and they know he's a sharp shot. So it's like this is the best thing you can get in that realm.
Yep.
We're trying to give you your specialty per se.
Yeah.
So Walrus was accurate not to use a weapon, not to shoot at people.
Yeah. I think that was very fair because like it's one of those things like they don't want you to win. We know that, but I feel like it's almost like Walrus takes the games very serious, and that's why they never get fixed. Is because he's a man of show. This is his realm. Yes, the boar is over it all, but I think he's the one who really runs the games. They just kind of report back to her.
Yeah.
But he's the one, and he's why it like never gets rigged. He is trying to make it fair on all sides.
Okay.
I genuinely think he is that impartial
To the point that he makes sure to go back to Vera's room to grab the katana.
Get her katana,
you know
yes.
what I mean?
Okay.
Because he like figure out that she will leave the katana, and that's the only thing that she's good at. I'm gonna take that and have her use it.
I agree.
Like he's that good with details. So now let's talk about this real quick. I know Walrus and the reason why we're talking about this and how he like kind of make us like Walrus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, congratulate
This
them.
moment.
It's like
He has
at this
grown
moment.
he's in a very interesting like little side character right now that you like. He's a lot like Briggs.
Yeah.
Like, you really like him. He's
Yeah.
that super Hulk dude, and you really like him actually.
I love that you mentioned Briggs because I'm going through this conversation. Like, do you think he will turn away from Boar?
I don't think so.
No, he's too hardcore with her.
I think he's too loyal.
Yeah.
And again, I think because of his position, he is the game master.
Yeah.
It is not the board. He is the game master.
Right.
And so he is here for the show, and I think he's a captain who goes down the ship.
Yeah.
As much as I would love to see him eventually turn and him and Bert become freaking partners, like dude,
That will be an interesting dynamic duo.
I would love that so much.
Yeah.
But I do not see a chance in that.
No.
I would love a curveball in that happen, but I don't expect
Yeah.
it.
Because
Not
out
even 1%.
of any other characters or any other animals that we know, Walrus will have the most potential.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Hands down.
Seal and Jackal's like, there's
Jackal's
no way.
too high strong.
Yeah.
Seal's too much of a yes man.
Yeah. And I feel like Seal has this power trip. He got a power trip going on with him.
Yes.
But Walrus, if anything, he will be like, and he was very sympathetic towards them. It's like, hey, I'm glad to see someone wins once in a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I said, he is the game master.
Yeah.
He's very loyal to the game.
Congratulations. Yeah.
He is like, holy crap, you guys put on a heck of a show.
Right.
That's where he's at. He's like, you guys put on a great show. If if he knew what like Alex and Dot did, he probably wouldn't like that because it ruined the show. It ruined the event.
Yeah.
Because they cheated the system.
It makes sense. That's why he hates Will so much, because Will is trying to rig the game.
He tried to rig it. Yeah, he's trying to ruin his show.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so after that, we transitioned. This is the mushy part with the Vera, Nick, and Vincent having conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
They're going here. Go ahead.
We can skip most of this because it's gonna drive me nuts again. The freaking wishy-washiness of Nick.
I know.
Come on,
Bro, it happened not just once. It happens twice. He's like, Vera, what? Dude, you're about to say something. Just say it. Just say it, bro. Just say it. Let's do this.
Yeah. Don't. He said. What did he say? He said like, don't you leave me in there.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Was that the first time he said it? And then the second time he like,
oh no! At the very end, like that
No,
was
no,
like
the first time. No,
He's like,
the first time it says, "Stay close to me."
She says,
"Stay close to me."
Yeah, she
that's
says,
right.
"Just say it," and he says, "Don't you leave me in there."
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So, long story short, Vera gives out a whole confession.
Yep.
She's like, "I love you," and he's like,
Confession.
and he's like, "Okay, yeah, you knew this. Shut
Right.
up."
And
even he knew knew it.
let's mention this. This needs to have a special mention. The choice of word of Vera when she said, "You don't have to pretend anymore."
Yes, because it is very much like we both knew
Yeah.
that we both knew my feelings.
Yeah,
Like,
but the anymore is Lisa's dead. So there's no pretending
Exactly.
anymore. Your girl
like,
dead.
last moments,
Bro.
you're single, I'm single.
Yeah.
Know that.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to pretend
Dude,
anymore.
Vera laid it down, dude.
Yeah.
And then Nick was like a breath away from fully confessing everything back, and I'm like, come on, dude, too quick.
Bro, I have it
You're weak.
right here.
You're weak.
See my notes? Bro, your girl just died. Calm your tits.
Yeah. And so they have their little moment.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Last episode, we said that I was a sucker for the romance and stuff like this.
This. No,
Get me out.
This is way
Give
too
me back
much.
to Alex and Dot.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
Give me back to Dexter a lot or whatever you want to say.
Bert and I'll take Bert and Boar. To be honest, I'll take Bert and Boar. I'll take
Still
that.
better lust. Dude, Twilight was a better lust.
Oh my! No,
I'm sorry.
Are you? Oh my gosh! I almost hated you right now.
No, just then the Nick and Vera situation. That one specifically.
Okay. And then when she said that there's something else I wanted to say, but not at this moment, we know that that's Michael, right?
Yeah,
That was
I
Michael.
am finally on the bandwagon where I think that's what that is.
No,
Yeah.
Up
even
to
Casey.
this point, I was holding up that.
No, but even Casey said in YouTube, he commented that it was that. That was the information.
Yeah.
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 My notes. Go back to my notes. My note said, "I swear, if they start kissing, I'm gonna sucker punch my phone."
Thankfully, they stopped one step early enough for us to not all
It
need
looks
new
like-
devices.
Didn't it
Yo.
sound like they're about to kiss?
It did.
Oh
Oh
Yeah,
my
I
god!
just had a whole anime situation where
Literally, don't forget, like 2 days before this, he was nailing someone else.
Yeah.
very
Multiple
much.
times
Yeah.
with full sound effects.
We heard it all.
Exactly.
We heard it.
Yeah. And then after that, the same chick that he's about to kiss, yelling at her, telling her to stay away. You know that you're the worst person in the world. And now here they are. They're about to.
Surprise.
They're about to bump uglies.
Oh man.
So from the "Don't you leave me alone" in there line, it goes back to the boar,
Yep. And the OG.
and she's like welcoming in the OGs now, because before it was them leaving. Now she's
Yeah.
welcoming them in.
Who
Oh man.
out of three of us, and maybe all of us, was thrown completely off when Mara said, "Michelle."
I was off. I was like, who? Why didn't she name her?
No, not just that. It's like, your freaking name is Michelle?
Actually, I'm not too thrown off by that being her name,
Yeah.
because I have a cousin who,
Damn.
like, if my cousin was like
Damn.
a little bit broader
Yeah.
in her shoulders, I would actually be like, I can kind of see them lining up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Michelle.
Like my cousin, like big country girl. Like I could very much see if she was just broader. In my mind, it would line up.
I can also picture like Casey Whalen when he's like trying to name Boar characters. It's like just for the fun of it. What if we give her like a, I don't know, Michelle? You know, like you could have come up with like, I don't know, more aggressive name. You know, like Nakoma kind of type of, or Mara kind of type of deal. But no, Michelle.
Hey, she could have been a pretty girl in high school. Come on now.
Michelle. Okay. Sorry.
So she then goes into talking about the game and how the game is so unpredictable.
Yep.
Even when rigged, suddenly everything goes wrong.
Yes.
We hear Riley getting ripped out of the bastard.
Yeah.
We hear Nakoma yelling. The guards aren't in the towers. There are more guards.
Yep. And they're shooting at her.
Yeah, she's pinned down.
Yep. And she's pinned down and like yelling for help and stuff like that. And then the boar says, the boar goes, "You can start the game now."
Yeah, yeah.
And you really didn't think I knew about all your friends running around, blah, 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 going through this and that. And it's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
This is the true, like, family where they had all the pieces in their pocket the whole time.
Yeah, that was trippy.
So here's my question to both of you guys. So she knows about Nakoma. We can confirm that.
Yeah.
She knows about Two-Face Nakoma. I wonder if someone told her or she just has been watching her.
Yeah. I think she's been watching her like the whole time.
What do you think, Wakka? Do you think someone told her? Like, what if like Will is just too scared and his loyalty went back to...
I bet Will's
Will.
place is bugged.
Oh.
Yeah, because it was a place that they put him.
Yeah.
Probably knowing that he would be a place where they would go to get more help.
Yeah.
So
Like my other theory too is like the radio. The radio wasn't safe at all. You know what I mean?
I think that one was safe, but again, they can hear both sides if the place is bugged well enough.
Yeah. I mean, it could be Will's room or Alvin's room too, because they went to Alvin. Remember?
I think it's more likely to be Will.
Yeah. Where they threw him, but yeah, because
this could also explain on why Fredo's so angry. They could have done something to make sure he's secure.
Yeah.
And he can't get out.
Yeah. I think I might lean towards that they don't. They have no idea Alvin is part of it.
Yeah.
I think he is the strongest secret of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But still 50-50 because they could know because of all the conversations that
and also
happened
the connection. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Nakoma brought him in.
Yeah.
And all of that. So I don't think anyone initially just straight up turned him in.
It's just all paying attention and watching over
I think
them.
they just got caught.
Yeah. And also I think because right off the bat, I don't think Boar trusted Nakoma.
Nope.
Especially when she came back. Like when she came back, that's when like.
So what were you saying about the whole the Boar being too trusting?
I know. Well, that was just a theory. You know what I mean? And up until they started attacking Nakoma, I still believe that she trusted Nakoma. And then it's like, oh, they're shooting at her. Yeah, she knows.
Yep.
She knows. And then that's it. And then the last part that we hear from this episode is a big infected attacking. I have it in here. Is that Fredo? Is that Bill?
I'd say Fredo.
No, not Fredo. Not yet.
I thought
because we saw Fredo was still in the area with Alvin, and all the other ones were brought into the arena ready to go.
That's what I initially thought, but then I'm just playing thoughts or theories out there.
Yeah.
So because the Boar we only heard Nakoma and Riley. I almost said Rachel. I was like, who's Rachel?
Rachel.
So Riley and Nakoma's like, why didn't they show the other two, like Will or Alvin?
Yeah.
So my thought was that because Alvin said that he already punched in the code, I assumed that Will heard something was going down. He says, okay, you know what? Let's get started. Let's just do this now.
Oh, that's
what I thought.
He got the code ready for for Will, but this all I believe was just moments before everything went wrong, because I don't think that Riley was sitting in the bastard for very long.
No, she just said she pulled up right at the gate.
Yeah, so it was all very tightly timed. So I just don't think they would have had time to get him there yet. Only yet.
Do you think Riley had enough time to prep the bastard?
I think she said she did. All she had to do was park it and press the button. But before she did,
there's still a potential bastard blowing up the wall.
Yes. I still think that's going to come back into play.
Yeah.
So I think Will might have a remote control if she couldn't press the button.
It's possible the one we heard as well. It could have been. I don't think it was Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
I think it was most likely the Skinwalker Alpha, the unnamed one.
Oh.
I think that's gonna be the first one they run into, because I don't think I heard like
you think
horse
that will be
hooves at all.
You think that will be the cliffhanger?
Yeah,
that
because it's a big infected. They're starting out hot, and that's what it is. I think it's gonna go kind of from that one to the Numrama to Bill.
Okay.
Because you normally, like, unless you're setting up the big fight already, and it's like, okay, this is our big moment, I wouldn't cliffhanger with that. It could. It could be. But I just think it's the big Skinwalker Alpha.
Now, listen. We're going to end this episode with this question, and let's talk about this. Every time we see in movies, TV show, and even We're Alive universe that something needs to be activated with the remote control that needs to blow up, the cliche thing is what happens?
A suicide bomber.
It wouldn't work, and someone has to go there and activate it and sacrifice themselves. Do we think that will happen with the bastard? No. Or it was already played in Story Survival, and so they're not going to do it in here?
I think something different's going to happen. Either it's not going to happen at all, and Bert's going to get back to it and be like, what did you do to my baby?
Yeah.
Or
about that.
or something else is going to happen entirely, and it's going to go off. But I think it's all going to go different than expected. I think it's going to go worse than expected. I think somehow that's going to go off, and it very well could be, instead of Fredo coming in at that moment, could be Cole.
Yeah.
Or they will release, like Jurassic Park, they will release every infected. You know what I mean? Like as soon as they blow up the wall, all the
could be where
gates,
Cole gets
cages,
an army.
Yeah. All the cages
that's a
will
good
open.
place to
That's
get
it.
them.
Yeah.
That's gonna be it.
Ooh.
But yeah, man, bro, I still want to see. I want to see an infected. I almost had a segment for us, and this segment is about what weapons do you wanna have in when We're Alive universe. We don't have to do it right now. We can do it in the next episode. But one thing that I want to see in We're Alive Descendants is Halo 3 kind of situation where their enemy is gonna be their friend.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're kind of hinting at that right now
With
as
Fredo.
Yeah. And that's what I'm waiting for.
I'm talking about complete friendship, side by side.
I think with
like the
Fredo, that's
Arbiter.
going to happen. I think there's going to somehow be a way for Nick and Fredo to communicate. I think something with those two is going to happen. I think eventually Fredo's going to run into Jody.
Yeah.
That specifically is the combination I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
Probably more than any other combination, more than the Oliver and Vera point right now.
Yeah.
I think I'm waiting for Fredo and Jody.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be so cool.
Wow.
It would be such an interesting moment to bring Jody back into that.
Yeah.
Also, I think Jody and Ryan
boy.
I just forgot his name. Frick, I had it. But I think those two are members of the family now.
The
very
poet,
likely.
the poet chick,
Yeah.
the poet
Poet
dude.
dude,
Yeah.
Very likely because of Oliver.
He's definitely black. The poet dude.
Because like with what we were saying earlier of the there are other ways to get into the family. I think those two would have earned their way in.
Yeah,
with
they're
Jeremy.
super close to Oliver. For
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. So
For sure.
And they were. It's pretty confirmed that they went with him.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Pretty confirmed.
'cause
Like
we're-
it's not.
Where are we going next? Home.
It's and it's like the whole like Endeavor Dobby thing. It's like
Yeah.
it's not confirmed, but is it really
Yeah,
not?
I know. Exactly. Exactly. Right off the bat. Holy smokes! Right off the bat. All right. You got anything to say, Wakka?
I think Nick is gonna rock the bow, and
He's gonna pull for
Nick
wicked
is
shot.
gonna rock
I'm waiting for it.
sure.
Rock the boat.
Yeah.
Rock
Yeah.
the boat.
and now that I don't know how long, or maybe it could have been for that moment. Now that the boy instructed to turn down the disruptors, someone's gonna radio out.
Yes.
Yeah, or hear what's going on the inside.
Yeah. Well, it could be, it could be Dean. Like, Dean will know all this information. Shoot. Why do I keep saying Dean? Alex will find out all these plan, and he's the only free one.
I don't think he'll find out from that, just because he has no radio right now.
Yeah.
No. I'm talking about, like, somehow.
Yeah,
he will find out, and it's
yeah.
oh, that's a great plan. Let's do it. Because right now, what's their plan? Just them two
He might
attacking.
literally show up and see the bomb
Yeah, and activate it.
and be like, "Yo, it looks like someone's trying to blow up the wall. Do we do it?"
That's not him figuring that out. It will be Dot figuring
You're
it
gonna
out.
be like, Dot? Dot? What does that mean? Bomb?
Dot. I was like, oh, okay.
Watch Dot with her curiosity, just like at the what you call the Atlas. It's like Dot.
I know. Press the button. Don't. Oh, I mean, that's the light.
Don't hit the red button. Oh, it's counting.
It's counting.
We should run.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Dot.
Funny.
Yeah.
Dot.
Yeah.
Dot.
The ticking sound is Dot.
All right, I'm done. I'm retiring with that.
That's
That was
funny.
good. That was good. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. If you guys got anything out of this episode, please let us know. Comment down below, because we know Casey will be commenting. He always does.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for supporting our channel and our videos. We'll see you guys later.
Late.
I need an adult.
Bye.